All right. Next question is, does AMP articles matter for rankings, or can I go without AMP version of articles? And this is a tough one because Google's made it clear that page speed and speed is a ranking signal with them. They're going to look at how fast your page loads. It does seem biased for them to say, hey, we're only going to reward sites that use AMP for ranking. So I don't think they're actually looking at AMP and saying, oh, this is AMP, I'm going to rank it higher. I think what happens is once you've deployed an AMP page, that page performs well in the search results and moves up quickly. So especially on mobile, and when mobile indexing was a little bit easier before it went to mobile first. So I think it was a little bit easier, a couple years ago. Now it's slowed down and it's a little bit more competitive. The way that I look at mobile is not just being mobile friendly, but being optimized for mobile, right? And that's something fun that you could tweet if you're into SEO. Don't just be mobile friendly, be optimized for mobile. It's really easy for a developer to throw a viewport tag in the header part of your page and say, there you go, you passed Google's mobile friendly test, you should be doing fine. But then you look at your AMP pages and your search results, and you're like, man, I'm just not doing really good. And you look at the page itself, and it's kind of wonky, and the aesthetics are off a bit, and the functionality is kind of posed, and you can't get what you could get before you went to AMP or to the mobile friendly view. So I think the point here is to design the page with the same or better user experience, whether you're using AMP or responsive design and moving away from desktop. If when you create that AMP page, it's as good or better than the page that you had for desktop, then you're putting yourself in a good place. We did this test with a shoe manufacturer we worked with, and everyone was skeptical. AMP's only for editorial, AMP's only for news. No, your web developer's telling you that because they're lazy. They want to install a plugin. They want to install a plugin called AMP for WP, and they want to walk away because they're lazy. That's the honest truth. And if you take the time to design every page with an AMP version that is equally as helpful, I know it can't have as much functionality, but you can make it equally as helpful, you're going to outrank all of the competitors because your page loads faster and is more helpful. So if you take the time and really do, like the Mechanical Turk research and other things we've suggested earlier on to test your page to see why it might not be ranking as well as the pages that are, and you design that AMP version to be just as helpful, you're going to crush it in the search results. So that shoe manufacturer we mentioned saw an immediate lift in overall organic traffic, and that lift has just continued to move up and up and up on mobile searches. And when the mobile first indexing started, when they started rolling it out in July of 18, depending on when you're watching this video, it did even better. So I would say work toward having an AMP version and continue testing until that AMP version performs just as good. Don't give up. It's so easy to give up when things aren't working well or performing well. Keep testing until something gives, and then 6 months down the line you'll be feet on the desk and feeling really good about yourself. So give it a shot.
That's impressive. I always thought that AMP wasn't really going to be a huge difference, but I mean, I haven't done enough testing with it to really, no, it's cool that you have a client that actually got a benefit from that.
I think eBay rolled out like 2 million URLs or something on AMP.
Wow.
Yeah, they're doing great.
That's crazy. I wonder when Amazon's going to start implementing it.
Yeah, Amazon still doesn't have the best UI of anything. They're so trusted that they still get the benefit.